Good afternoon, everybody. It's Wednesday, the 22nd, and this is our Wednesday afternoon tips and tricks and training calls, whatever we want to make it for us to do better in our business. And today we're going to have a real unique subject, and it's something that I'm interested to hear about too. It's adding files and writing for the blind on your PBS. This is something that Sean would appreciate too. And to give us information about that is our illustrious Larry Norvell. So take it away, Larry.
Hi, everybody. Hope you're all having a great day. There's two different subjects, like Tom said, that we're going to be doing. The first one is going to be adding files to our PBS and also writing for the blind. So the first thing we're going to do, let me see if I can share my screen without messing this up. Share sound. Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about adding files. So there's not a whole lot of files that you can actually put on your PBS, but there is one that is kind of interesting to be able to share with people that come into your PBS. The first one is actually being able to download and print a recipe. And why would you want to do that? Well, a lot of people aren't going to remember your site. So if they download and print a recipe, you can actually put the name of your PBS into your recipe. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy this recipe, and then down at the bottom here, I'm going to put a link to where you can download and print the recipe. So the first thing we need to do is we need to copy this recipe into a Word file. So what I'm going to do is just copy this whole recipe here. And I'm going to open my Word file. Now, some of you don't have Word on your computer, but I think most days now it comes with Word and Excel and things like that. So what I did is I copied my recipe, and I'm going to paste it here on the Word file. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add something to this. I'm going to go back and copy my URL. And we're going to paste it in here. I'm going to bold this. And if I could see behind the and I'm going to make this really big. Okay, so what we have here is my URL for this recipe. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this in PDF format. So I'm going to click Save As. I'm going to go to the file folder on my computer. And if you can see here, if I just left it the way it was, then it only saves it as a Word document. Okay, but I want to save that as a PDF. So I'm going to
I have
rename
a
it here.
question before you save that.
Uh-huh.
Did you activate that link? So when you save it, it'll be active? I didn't notice.
Yeah, the thing about it is the way we're going to do this is it automatically saves as a link.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to come down here and change this from a Word document into a PDF. So you have various items that you can pick from, and one says PDF. So if you select that and then save it, there is our PDF. Okay. Now, see how I have the name of my website. If I hover my mouse over it, it automatically is a link. Okay, so that would answer your question, Tom. So if I click on it,
Yep.
it's going to go right back to my web page, or it's working on it. Now, also notice there are other links in here. Okay, so see how it went back to my page? So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to modify this page. So I'm going to go to edit this. I'm going to come down to the bottom and excuse me, we're going to add a file to our PBS page. So you just click on the plus sign and you're going to select file. And then we're going to go to upload the file we want. Okay, and there's my file right there that I want. And then open. So it's loading. Okay, so there's my PDF. Well, I really don't want this nice big picture of the recipe. So what you do is click on it, and over here to the right, you have your settings. So if you can actually leave this here, but I wouldn't suggest leaving that big recipe on your page. So over here you have the settings, and what I want to do is turn off the show inline embed. So if we turn that off, see what it does? It takes that PDF out, but it leaves a link. Okay. Now, of course, when we click on the link, we don't want it to open on this page. We want to open in a new tab. And also, we can either leave the download button on or you can turn it off. I'm turning mine off. Okay. Now, what we want to do is we want to come back in here and we want to put something like of course, I have everything in bold, so I'm going to bold this. Okay, and then I'm going to update my page. And I'm going to view the page. Now, when we come down, we'll see download and print this recipe by clicking the link below. So you just click on it and it opens up the PDF. And you can download it and save it to your computer, or you can select print and it automatically prints that PDF out. I downloaded this recipe from, and then you just click on the link and it will automatically go back to your page. So I'll click it and there's my page. So they can save it on their computer, and whenever they want to open it up and say, hey, I think this guy might have more recipes. So they click on that link. Okay, take it back to my web page and then go back to cooking, food, and wine, and then my recipes. So I would be able to click on any link, and I'm going to add that PDF for each one of my recipes. So right now, I'm pretty sure I have this one. If not, I'll try another one. Okay, I don't have it on that one. I have it on this one. So just click on it and it opens the recipe up for you. And then you just print it or save it to your computer, either way. So does anybody else have any ideas on what you could use for adding files to your computer? Or if you have any questions?
That was interesting. Now we can do that with actually anything. Doesn't have to be recipes, right?
Right,
But
exactly.
But tell me again, step by step, summarizing, how do you start? You're starting from your page there, right?
Right. So you're going to start from your page. I'll do a new one or another one.
Yeah. And I know you're doing it slowly, but keep it slow.
Right. Okay. So you're going to go to your recipe page. You're going to select one of your recipes.
Okay.
And then what you're going to do is you're going to copy your recipe. Now, if you have, I don't have any
Pictures and
ads in this
videos.
particular. Yeah, it's going to copy that too. So you kind of have to watch what you're copying. So like this one, I have a video on how to make this recipe on my page. And what I actually did, if we go to like I don't know if you guys remember when I was on Wine and Dine, I did the smoked key lime pie. Come on.
So you like Mexican recipes, huh?
Well, I'm in New Mexico, so all these are New Mexico recipes.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Except for the
smoked key lime pie. It sounds so out of it.
I mean, we made 2 pies, and the way I am, I finished those 2 pies in like 3 days. So it turned out so good.
Really?
So you have a Google AdSense ad right in the middle of my recipe. So if I copy this, it's going to copy that recipe also, or this ad. So what I want to do is I only want to copy what I wrote. Okay, so I'm going to have to make 2 or come back and copy the rest of it. So if I copy this and then go to my Word page, and I'm going to select new, and then paste it in here. And then I'm going to go back to my web page, scroll down, and copy the rest of it up until the video. Go to Word, paste the rest of it. Well, if I could spell. I'm going to go back to this page and copy my URL here. Paste it here. I'm going to enlarge this. Make it as big as I want. Okay, now here's the fun part, is we are going to save this as a PDF. So you need to go to your file and hit Save As. Where do you want to save it to? And then we're gonna, or I already have ones for smoked key lime pie, but right now I'm going to save over the top of this one, and we're going to change this Word document into a PDF. So click on PDF and save it. There's my PDF. So what I want to do now is come back to my smoked key lime pie page, and I already have it in here. You just want to put something like, to download or print this recipe in PDF format, click this link. You click it. Either way, you can either click on that one or this one. It's going to open up, and here's the link down here. So then all you need to do is just come up here and hit either download to your computer or print, and it will print it out for you. When I did the Wine and Dine, I went and copied that video into my web page. So
yeah, how do I do that? I tried to figure that out.
And there's Joel. He did show up.
Figure out how
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
So here's
Yeah.
everybody's. So whenever you do the Wine and Dine, make sure you're copying that video onto your webpage.
Are amazing with it. It's like, this is the perfect one.
Okay. Any questions on this?
Great info, Larry.
And like Tom said, I'm sure there's going to be something else that Rory comes up with to where we can add that file to our PBS.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah, and it's not a what do you call it? Hold on a second. So it's not a plugin. Okay. So whenever you edit one of your pages, we'll just go to Arts and Entertainment and Wine Magic. And we edit this. Come down to the bottom of the page, and if you don't have this file, all you have to do is type file, and there it is. Okay, so you're adding that file to your PBS. Okay, like I said, I'm sure Rory's going to come up with something to where we can add a file to any of these pages. Okay, now, that one didn't take very long, so I'm going to go ahead and go on to the next one. No, I don't want to leave site. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing here for just a second here. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to share the sound. And hopefully I can get back to the page I need to go to. Well, I can't get out of the screen here, so give me just a second. Okay, let me try sharing again.
So you actually can share any files on any of the pages. But actually, that's a second way of doing it. Like you can, if you hit file, you can upload like an image if you wanted, but then you have that other, you can put image in there also. So there's two ways of doing it, correct?
Right, you could do an image, and if somebody wants to print that image, I don't know why they would want to, but I wouldn't see why you couldn't share the image that way. Get out of all my Word files here. Okay, the next thing I would like to demonstrate is writing mostly for pictures on your PBS for blind and low vision people. So I have a test page here that I'm going to share. There is various programs that blind people can download to their computers, so they're able to envision pictures on your PBS. So I made up a test web page here to demonstrate on how this is done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to edit, because it's a little bit easier to understand this way. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the program that reads back what's on your page. So you'll hear a little sound here, and you'll know that it has started. Okay, did you hear that?
Taskbar.
Okay, so with this particular program, you have to actually move your cursor over the text and the pictures to be able to hear it. This particular program is free. However, there are other programs out there that cost thousands of dollars to do the same thing. I'm sure that blind people don't especially like spending thousands of dollars on this type of program. So that's why this particular program is free. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to demonstrate on how this works. So I'm going to move my cursor over the text, and it will start talking.
Hi, I am the NVDA text-to-speech program, which is a program that blind or low vision people can install on their computers or phones to be able to read what is on a web page. You have to hover your cursor over the text to be able to get me to talk to you. You also have to move the cursor over a picture to understand what the picture is telling you. You have to hover your cursor over the text to be able to get me to talk to you. You also have to move the cursor over a picture to understand what the picture is telling you. Beings, I am a free piece of software that you can get from www.envasis.org. I, unfortunately, cannot do everything automatically. But, there is pay for software that can do everything automatically. They cost a lot of money, so the owner of this presentation used me for free. The reason for this presentation is to teach you about alt text. Alt text is information about the picture that will tell the person what is in the picture. It should be as detailed as possible. Let's take an example of describing something to a blind person. Clouds and color are probably the hardest things to describe to a blind or visually impaired person, but we will give it a try. Hover your mouse over the picture of the clouds to the right. Explain that clouds are wet, but that they are above us in the sky. They look like cotton scattered above us when they are not raining. When they are getting ready to rain, they are dark, dirty-looking cotton, or fiber fill from inside a pillow. Frequently a blind person is not totally blind but can distinguish between light and dark. If this is the case, the cloud difference can be explained that way, the difference between light and dark. Below are some pictures that have alt text included in the picture. If you were blind, what picture would make more sense to you? Would you like to hear the description of this picture? I am going to move my cursor over each picture below. Picture. Well, that didn't tell you anything about what the picture is about. Okay, let's try another one. Hover the cursor over the picture below. Picture of 2 packets of Slim. Well, that was a little better but not really descriptive of what the picture is about. Let's try another one. Hover your cursor on the picture below. A picture of our Slim red velvet flavor. Slim is a supplement that you can take at night that will help you sleep and lose weight at the same time. You can click this picture to go to the Velovita web page and order. What does this next picture tell you? Hover your mouse over the picture to get a great description of what the picture is telling you. Wait for it. A can of stuff. What does this one say to you? A can of hand balm. Isn't this one better? This is a can of Clark's hand repair balm. It says on the can, Clark's American all-natural balms. Hand repair balm. USA made 1.5 ounce. Click on the picture to go to the website. Below is another picture that will explain the whole picture to someone that is blind. It is very detailed on what the picture is about, so try to be as descriptive in your alt text as possible. Here is a picture of a smiling lady that is sitting at a laptop computer. Behind her is a pile of money. She looks really happy as she making money with her PBS. She knows that blind people are customers too. That's why she has a picture that describes exactly what alt text does. Go to the blogging page on our website and you too can make money with us. Get her done. Don't you agree that I am a really useful piece of software? You too can experiment with me by downloading from www.envasis.org. See the link below. You don't have to pay for me, however, we do take donations on our website. Please consider donating as they work hard to bring the internet to the blind. Also, I can speak Spanish. Listen to this. Entonces, inverted question mark, soy una paella de software realmente útil. Usted también puede experimentar conmigo descargándolo de www.envasis.org. No tienes que pagar por mí, sin embargo, aceptamos donaciones en nuestro sitio web. Consider a donar, ya que trabajan arduamente para lavar internet a los ciegos. Although I cannot speak with accents, I think you get the picture if you know what I mean. This is the end of this demonstration. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Donna, Tom, Don, and Joel for teaching us all you know about PBS. Also, I would like to thank Rory and Tanya Record for bringing this opportunity to all of us. Thanks and have a great day. P.S. You probably noticed that there were ads on this page. I do not recognize those ads. That is something that needs to be worked out between Google and NVDA. Here is the link to www.envasis.org. Aquí está el enlace www.envasis.org.
Okay, I'm going to turn this off.
That was unbelievable.
Okay, so it's turned off. So now anytime I hover over it, it doesn't do anything. So
That's
what do you guys
amazing.
think?
That is amazing though. But I mean, that was kind of funny when it got to the Spanish part.
Yeah, I was watching your face and you laughing, and I'm like, yeah, got the point across, didn't I?
If they could read it, because yeah, some of the pronunciations to someone that was Hispanic, yeah, probably wouldn't understand that, especially when it was how it pronounces the web addresses when it's trying to say it in Spanish.
Right.
But it was just
Yeah,
funny.
it's.
I was
So
wondering
I'm
what type of Spanish he was talking. Different dialects.
So, yeah, it's
Spanglish.
like it. Yeah, Spanglish.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it can read what's there, but like it said, it cannot speak with an accent or the exact dialect of one country to another, or even, you know, in the United States, the Spanish is spoken different where I live versus what's spoken in Florida, because, you know, they have a Cuban type of accent on their Spanish.
It was still funny though. Thank you for that.
Yeah. So does anybody have any questions about this program? I would suggest downloading this program. And like I say, you don't have to pay for it, but they always take donations. I'm going to see if I can put this in the chat here. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. Okay, there it is. So does anybody have any questions about either one of these?
Just like to
Okay,
say
that's
that's pretty awesome.
yeah.
Because the older apps, or whatever you want to call them, other older programs, even 3 years ago, would read from left to right. But then when you have a picture in the body of the text or a chart, let's say, it got totally confused, and it was actually hard for the person to figure out what the heck was going on. So that's another good reason for everybody to add details in your alt text. That could really help out. This is an awesome program.
Yeah, it's. I kind of made this to let people know that the more detailed you are in your alt text, the better it's going to be for that person who can't see. I know there's a lot of demonstrations where people just put the keyword. Well, the keyword doesn't tell that person what's in that picture. And that's what you want to do, is be as detailed as you can. If you sit there and you close your eyes and somebody puts a picture in front of you, what does it tell you? It tells you nothing. Now, the person that's holding the picture has to describe that picture to you. Okay, so that's what you're doing, is describing what is in the picture.
The other thing I thought was a little kind of just tickles me because I'm kind of sick like that, which is I thought was kind of funny. When you hovered over the picture of the clouds and it says cotton balls. Well, first of all, what would they know what a cotton ball looks like too? So I was just like, and then it said dirty cotton ball, and I'm like,
yeah, what you do is the best way to describe a cloud is get a bag of cotton and hand it to them and say, this is what clouds look like.
right.
You know?
And that's if they felt them, you know, but I just kind of giggled on that because there was another movie or something that I watched. And the character in the movie, his girlfriend or whatever, either lost her sight while they were together or something. So she had an idea. Well, then in a different situation, he was trying to explain to her by touch what colors were. So what he did was, I think he gave her cotton balls or something and was describing, yes, this is clouds. And then he was boiling a rock and he gave it to her with a towel, of course, put it in her hands. He goes, that's what red would be, hot, you know, and then when it cools down, it'll be pink. And then he did other things for like sunlight and for the color blue and just different things that she could feel. And I was like, that's, you know, people that can hear probably never would have thought to associate those kinds of feelings with that. And so that's why I giggled at this, because I was like, a cotton ball. I was like, that's even if they even know what a cotton ball is, you know, and then, oh, it's a dirty cotton ball and it hangs above your head. And I was like, I probably wouldn't use that description, but it was just funny because the technology is actually very smart for just having to hover over something and it can read it to you, you know, but then I would probably have problems also describing everyday normal stuff that we see that somebody has never seen before, you know, so it's kind of a different perspective on thinking how others would think, you know, and how would we describe that? And then I kind of chuckled at it's a can of stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I enjoyed that part because it makes sense. I mean, people don't know what color something is. They don't know what can of stuff what, you know, because they probably don't know what stuff is, you know, is it greasy? Is it slimy? Is it powder? Is it food? Is it stuff? Could be anything. Can of what, you know, and if they've never seen it, to have a reference of what that looks like ever, that's pretty challenging for us who has seen all our life how to describe that. How could I be more specific on describing that? You know, it kind of makes your mind expand a little bit more. I love that kind of stuff, but it makes me laugh at the same time.
Yeah.
We also have a lot of people that are colorblind.
Yeah.
My instructor when I first came in was colorblind, and on the Trello board, we are able to label things so that colorblind people know what it represents. You know, when you have the little bars and they're slated, you know, that is the colorblind mode. So by them looking at that, they can tell what, when we started, we had all the labels saying when they got into the wine and when they got into the health products, you know, and different things. And they were color coded, but that's interesting too. This could be used for that too, for people who can't tell what color is. But for this, you would have to write everything in, Larry, right? For the software, obviously, to make it work. For the pictures, for example, you would have to describe it in text for it to be read that way. Yes?
Right. I mean, say, for example, I had a demonstration on Zleem. Well, you have to manipulate the text for it to pronounce it correctly. So if we put in ZLEM, it pronounces it Zlim, right? Yeah. So you have to put in ZLEEM for it to pronounce it as Zlim. So you have to kind of watch how you write your alt text And that's why it's a good idea to download this program to your computer and see how that alt text actually sounds. Does it sound correctly, or does it sound like Slim, you know, versus lean? I haven't actually experimented with close or youth yet. So if you put in youth instead of putting UUTH, you type it the way it's actually sounds.
Do you think it would understand the umlauts that are above the particular letter?
I doubt it, but this is a simple program, as where, you know, like I said, some people spend thousands of dollars for programs that can probably recognize those. But I'm not in a position to download a $1,000 piece of software to be able to just for a demonstration, you know.
Yeah.
You know, the reason I do this is because I have a cousin who's deaf, and I'm trying to think of ways that he can communicate with new students. Okay, you know, because he has to call him through the TTY portion. And if somebody were to call me through the TTY trying to sell me a PBS or get me into RRR 247, that would be kind of hard for him to do. So I'm trying to figure out ways, the way he can communicate with people that, you know, can hear as where he can't. And I'm trying to figure out how to advertise to teachers that teach the deaf and getting them into our schooling program. You know, so I'm sure every state has their own deaf school, but I'm just trying to figure out ways to do that, and, you know, going through research and all that. So doing this blind part kind of teaches us how people are not able to see, you know.
Larry?
Yes.
A good resource for you if you're serious about following this up would be Shane. If you haven't met him yet, he's awesome, and he is very interested in sharing things like this because he's blind as well. I don't know if you know that, but
No.
yeah, he and I worked with a blind patient for over a student for over a year, and he is an incredible resource for you.
Okay, and that's Shane Balsito, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he's awesome.
Okay.
Shane really is awesome. I have a student that's blind as well, and he's worked with Brian's son to give him tips on how to, you know, navigate through the system without being, you know, without sight. So yeah, Shane is awesome.
Okay, great.
That link you put in, Larry, isn't active. I tried to click on that and play around, and it doesn't come up for me. Again, I don't know if it's my computer or what. So 'cause I've been having problems with my URLs, like I was saying before we started.
Okay, give me just a second here.
So I'll probably have to bring it up online and then copy that link.
Yeah.
Because that happened to me during this past week also, having problems with another.
Okay, give me just a sec here.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Of course, if you're deaf, then this particular program doesn't help them. But it's really a great program.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this. You know, going back and forth on the alt text program to see how it works and all that. So let's see.
Are you
Hey,
going to
Larry?
do a second type of website with all of these in it, or you're just going to use this one page to show people?
I'm just going to use this one page.
So how would you put an ad out there telling the blind or the visually impaired that your site is welcoming them to it? That's a question I have today. You know the answer to that one, Larry?
Well, I
Question?
would just put something to the effect that, you know, we're blind and low visual. I don't know, Don. How would you do that?
I don't know, but that's something you might be able to research. We might be able to use that going forward. That would be
Yeah.
very awesome.
Something for ads.
Yep.
Yeah. How to advertise our webpage to a low vision or a blind person.
Yep.
That would be something really good to research.
Great project.
Okay, give me about 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, next time around.
Good deal. That would be interesting.
Yeah, because we're always expanding our programs, but not just for products and services, but for the impaired. And
Right.
that could take in visually impaired, hearing impaired, elderly impaired.
Yeah, any kind of accessibility.
Huh. I found the web page here, so let me see if you can click on this. Okay, try that one.
Yep. NV access.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has a video on there.
And there's a download icon at the top.
I see the problem.
And-
There was only one C in the first one.
Yeah, I need to go back and change that.
Oh. Says there are
But-
285 million blind and vision impaired people in the world. 285 million.
Hard to believe.
Yeah, this is a good niche.
So I'm going to go and change my link here. It's kind of odd because I copied the link right off the page, but it happens, right?
Evidently. That's why I always copy the browser URL. So
Yeah.
it's
The
a lot
page
easier
might-
that way, huh?
The pages sometimes have it wrong. So everybody's human.
Yep.
Looks good. We appreciate that very much. See, I told you guys this would be interesting. So for the 19 people that are still here that have an opportunity to take advantage of this and pass it on. Any other questions pertaining to this? Or anything that happened during the week that you have a question on? We have so many things going on at once. You know, there's a lot of new things. The SHG is the biggest thing going on now.
I'd like to
And
just
it-
put a bug in your ear. If you do not have a Coinbase account, you may want to go ahead and set one up and get the KYC done on it. Because I have a feeling that that is going to be a way to get paid directly into your accounts in the short future for in persona, since they're having issues right now. So open up, if you don't already have one, a Coinbase account and use the links that your instructors gave you.
I'm getting confused on this only because I am assuming most of this stuff is for the people that have owned from last year and switched over from Vivo to in persona, correct?
Nope. You're getting paid weekly, depending on how many you've sold, and that is adding up. And right at the moment, people are having issues cashing out the money. It goes to a card right now, and there's some glitches with it evidently, but they're going to be able to send it directly to Coinbase, to your Coinbase account, and then you can transfer it directly to your bank. So just a heads up, it's not happened yet, but I think it's going to. So get yourself a Coinbase account, do the KYC, get that all taken care of. It usually takes a couple of days so that you're ready to go when and if that opens up, you'll be able to access your money from in persona faster.
Well, and my other concern is because I don't have a card.
That doesn't matter. You mean for your Vivo Pay? Don't worry about it. This is instead of that.
Okay.
I have a question for you,
Sure.
Donna, probably.
Uh-huh.
On Saturday, Rory taught the contact us page.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, I saw him put it at the bottom of the travel for less page for SHG. Where should we be putting that contact page? Should it go on our Velveeta pages? What do you suggest?
Well, he was saying to put that on all your pages.
On all pages?
Yeah, at the bottom. Yeah.
All the ones where we're advertising a product?
Yeah.
Definitely your anchor pages.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay.
So Donna, you're saying that with this in persona, there's a place for the Coinbase?
I think there will be. I just got a bug in my ear today. I know that there have been some little glitches with the card, and I think that they're really trying to let people have access to the money that they've earned quickly. So I think that might be one solution that they're going to offer up here shortly.
So the card you're talking about, the card that was received with the bands and activated.
Right. The card is got some glitches in it. Some people are having good luck with it. Some people aren't. So personally, I'm not gonna put very much on that card until I know the glitches are done. But I have reason to believe that Coinbase is going to be an option to get you paid quickly, because they really are trying to work with us and make the money that you've earned accessible to you, faster. So if I were you, this is just me, if I were you, I'd make sure that you have a Coinbase account set up where and have the KYC done on it. It takes a couple days, like I said. So get that done. And if you have that all set up, if they have that ready to go in the next days or week, then you'll be ready to go ahead and use it, cash out your money.
Is it coinbase.com?
Yeah, all the instructors have an affiliate link. So get your instructor's affiliate link for Coinbase.
Okay. Actually, I just took that off my home page today.
I'd leave it on there because You never know what's gonna happen with this government right now, and you might be glad you've got that open.
Okay.
I have another comment
Go for it.
on the SHG Pay Quicker card.
Yes,
Got a sticker on there that says activate your card here. Doesn't work. If you go to your SHG account and go to the money, there'll be a little link up top that says activate card that's in yellow. It's real small. It'll be the top right middle of the screen. If you click on that, it'll take you right to it and you're done.
awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome. Awesome.
I messed around with it for 20 minutes and then I went, okay, got to be an easy way to do it. And there was.
That's great to know. And you guys, if you haven't figured that out yet, that is a great way to pick up some quick cash, just advertise. That is a great fast cash little offer there.
The SHG.
Yes.
And Don, you were saying what happened?
For the card.
Yeah,
It's
the
a
Pay
card.
Quicker card that you get to pay is a Visa prepaid card, actually. And
Comes in the
there's a
mail.
sticker. There's a sticker on there that says activate your card here, and it takes you to the Pay Quicker site, but you can go around and down a rabbit hole for 10, 15 minutes trying to activate it that way. If you click on your SHG and log in and go to the wallet or your account, it will bring that up and how you're going to get paid. And in the very middle of the screen, the top right, it will have a yellow button that says activate pay card here. If you click on that, you're done. It'll take you right to there and you can do whatever you want with it from there. It's pretty simple. Instead of, trying to activate it from the Pay Quicker account, just go to your SHG account and click on payment and it'll take you right to the screen. But you have to look for it. It's top right. It's not in the bottom where it says your payment accounts and whatnot and money available. It's at the top middle right and it's yellow.
And it's in the wallet section.
Right. So if you click on that, it'll just link it to your card and you're ready to go rather than go to Pay Quicker and try to link it from there because it won't work.
And that's only if you select the Pay Quicker debit card, correct?
Exactly. Yep.
That's the fastest way to get paid for sure. You can take that to an ATM or a bank and cash it out.
Yeah. And if you're going to use it like that, make sure you check on the things that are going to be deducted from the card and how you use it, because that's important too. I mean, we all want to keep the money that we made, right? There are things you use it. If you use it in an ATM, it's going to charge you $250 and whatnot. So check out the charges involved there too.
Yep.
You always want to keep as much money as you can. So there you go.
Very interesting. Okay, folks, if there's no other questions, we'll wrap this up. There's always a lot of information, new things going on, like I said. So we do have places on our weekly reminder where you can ask questions and it'll help us in advance to get answers for you. So don't forget to do that. And tonight again is not only the wine and dine that's normally on Wednesday night at 8:30. Now that speaking of SHG, they're going to be talking about that more on the Wednesday nights right now for the immediate future. So don't forget that the criteria, the agenda has changed. And that again is 8:30 Eastern time, 7:30 Central time. Okay, folks?
Great info, guys.
Thank you very much, Larry. We definitely appreciate that. That was very unique.
I was happy to do it. Thank you, guys.